much. Oh, hello, vampire teeth. Okay, so let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is prep my eyelids with concealer. I'm using LA Girl HD Pro Concealer. I'm just using the color Creamy Beige, something that's close to my skin tone, and then using my finger to blend it out. This is going to help your eyeshadow stick and last a lot longer. Then I'm going to use Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm going in with the first color called Bon Fresco, and I'm going to blend this all into my crease. I love this color. It's kind of a mauve-y, pinky color. Usually I like to use something that's more warm in tone, something that's a little bit of an orange base to it, but this color looks really beautiful with the lip color that I'm going to be using in a little bit, so we're going with the cool tones. Once that's all blended out into your crease, I'm going to take Antime Bronze and a little bit of Cypress Umber. These two colors are going to be used on the outer corner of our eyes, and we're creating almost a little bit of a winged eyeliner shape, but you're using eyeshadow. I'm using the 217 brush from MAC and just using the very edge of the brush, slowly tracing a wing shape and making sure that I'm really pressing that pigment into my lash line. You don't want it to go too high. And just remember that if you need to blend a little bit more, you can always go back in with the original brush that you used with the first color and blend the two colors together. I really like using glitter products, especially around the holidays, so I'm going to use the Stila Metallic Shadow. Now this stuff is kind of tricky to work with, so you always want to make sure that you're using your fingers. I'm putting a tiny bit on my ring finger, dabbing it onto one eyelid, and then moving on to the next eyelid without picking up any additional product. Now you can see that I have a lot more on one eye than I do on the other. Don't worry about that. You can always kind of pick up a little bit of extra and move it on over to the other side. This shadow does look really chunky right now, but we are going to use another shadow to blend it all out. I'm using Vermeer from this palette, and using a flat shader brush, I'm just going to press that eyeshadow over top of the Stila shadow. This is my favorite way to use this product because I find you still get that beautiful glittery base, but it doesn't look chunky. It looks incredibly smooth, and it's also a lot longer lasting. Another kind of helpful tip is when you've put on your darker shadows first and you're moving on to the lighter shadows, you always want to make sure you're using light, feathery strokes as you're getting closer to the darker colors. Now I'm going to use a makeup wipe to clean up all the excess glitter that came out and kind of clean up underneath that winged area so we can do the winged liner. I am using Kat Von D's Trooper eyeliner pen. This is a great eyeliner pen. I find this eyeliner pen is really good for beginners too. It's really easy to use. The formula is really good. It's very, very smooth. Just make sure you keep your cap on or else it will dry out so quick. And it also doesn't smudge, which is a really nice feature too. I wanted to do this particular look because I wanted to show that you can do a super glamorous makeup look without having a ton of steps to it. And already we are moving on to foundation. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Stick Foundation. This is a new favorite of mine. I actually bought most of the shades to put into my kit because I loved it. My clients are loving it. It has such a beautiful finish. It feels so lightweight on the face, and it is good for oily skin or even dry skin. I'm just blending it out with a beauty blender, and I have a little bit of argan oil on my beauty blender just because my skin is dry, so I need a little extra help when I'm blending things out. But yeah, it just blends so beautiful. It feels really lightweight on the skin. Clients that I work with that hate having foundation on love this foundation, so you should definitely try it. Once the foundation is all blended, we're going in with concealer. I'm going in with the LA Girl HD Pro Concealer, same color that I used on my eyes. This is Creamy Beige. And I'm doing a lot of highlighting underneath my eyes because I don't know if you noticed, but I kind of have bags under my eyes. I do have a toddler, so I definitely don't get a lot of sleep. I'm also going to highlight my forehead, down the tip of my nose, above my lip, and then my chin as well. And I'm going to go back in with my beauty blender and blend that all out so it looks seamless and there's no harsh lines or anything like that. I'm going to quickly set my under eye area with the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. You can see it's wearing out because I use this every single day. I use a combination of the banana, the yellow shade, and then the peachy shade. I'm not really sure why, but my skin tone, I think because I'm kind of olivey and then I'm fair, I kind of need a combination of all three of those colors to find the perfect mix to set my under eye area. I am loving Huda Beauty lashes in Scarlet right now. They are so beautiful and so fun, and it doesn't matter what kind of eyeshadow I put on my eyes. Once I pop these babies on, instantly I look a lot more glamorous. So I'm going to take a little bit of the Antique Bronze shadow and I'm going to use that to line the under eye area just to tie everything together and make it look a little neater. And then I'm going to go in with this hot pink and I'm going to go over top the Antique Bronze with that. I hadn't planned on using any additional color, but I thought it'd be kind of fun to add a little bit of pink to the look, especially because I'm wearing a burgundy or oxblood colored lip. It's just kind of fun and different. I've been really getting away from the harsh contouring the last couple of months. I really just like using a warm bronzer just to warm up the perimeter of my face. I do a little bit of extra color in the hollows of my cheekbones to make them stand out, but I don't know, I just feel like it looks a lot more natural, and we already got the long lashes and the wing liner and the shadow, and I'm wearing a really strong lip. I feel like I don't really need to overdo the contouring, and you know, my cheekbones are still standing out, right? Furiously contours holiday double chin. Now we're going to do brows. I'm using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. I wanted to try it to see if it was comparable to the Anastasia Brow Wiz. I do like the dryness of Anastasia's Brow Wiz because I find it looks more like natural brow hair when you use it, but this pencil was really good and I thought the color was a really good match for my skin tone. I'm using medium brown. So if you're looking for a bit of a less expensive alternative to the Anastasia brow pencil, you should give the NYX one a try. It's always good to have alternatives and different favorites in case you change your mind or you're in a different mood. Honestly, my favorite part of doing any makeup look, especially when I'm wearing a liquid lipstick, this is Heather's from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I've used so many of her products in this video, but I can't help it. Her stuff is so good. Loving this color. It dries to a really deep, rich oxblood, maybe even burgundy, I guess is a better description. It's just so beautiful and a great alternative to the classic red for holidays. I almost forgot blush. So I'm going to use the Tarte blush palette. It's fairly new to my collection and I'm using the color called Iconic. Loving Tarte blushes. They're my favorite, I think, out of every blush that I've ever owned. This palette was really good. Sometimes you have holiday palettes and they don't turn out as well, but this one was awesome too. And it has a couple of highlighter shades, and I'm using one of them on my cheeks. I will have a full list of the products that I used and the descriptions and the names and stuff in the description box below if you're interested in buying some and trying a couple of these out. Now I get to shake out my hair and this look is done. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and I will see you in my next video.